One more time here as we go. Wow, what an exhausting day. I'm not even sure how many trades we wound up putting on there today, but the move started to happen about 1 o'clock when we had those bond read, and then it was a straight move to the downside. The sector recap, it's not going to be very pretty today. We have a good play for you coming through on the Thursday night football game. And then also we have some sector recaps we're going to do. I want to look for Wynn earnings. I want to look for Unity earnings. I think there's going to be some exciting plays coming through there. We will be using, of course, the Benzinga Pro platform right now to go through any of these potential plays. Bitcoin hits 38,000 and drops back down to 36. Pretty wild day for that today. Rivian, Tesla, all going to be on our mind, but anything that hits here, that's a relatively big name. Like there's the trade desk right now. Speak of the devil. The trade desk right now, 33 cents versus 29. A nice little beat, it looks like, for TTD. I really like TTD. I actually didn't get to buy any of this. Here it is on the daily, $80. But I just said those numbers were beats for the trade desk. That is incorrect, my friend. The numbers might be fine, but maybe it's the guide as we look lower here on the trade desk. There it is, Q3 EPS, 33 cents versus 29, a beat on the top and the bottom. But what is the guide moving forward? Company reported quarterly, so we do not have the guide yet on here, but there's the trade desk starting off the program with some breaking news and earnings. We haven't run this graphic in a while. I like it. You cut it off, Fabian? What's going on, man? I thought, this is my show. Oh, too long. You're right. It is a little bit long. Okay, with that being said, Fabian, we do have another one. It's breaking news again. Cut it, Fabian. We've got earnings out right now as we just play around. There it is right now. It's Wynn. Operating revenues right now of 1.67 versus 158. Wynn. Actually, this is a casino name that I own. So I own Wynn, so we'll see if that's going around right now. I only have the operating revenue, so it doesn't look like it wants to move too much. But again, Wynn right at the 50-period moving average, looking to make some moves coming through. There it is right now. Adjusted EPS of 99 cents versus 75. Wynn making that move down. Oh, by the way, this was the problem for the trade desk. Just right here, the trade desk sees Q4 revenue 580 versus 610. So we knew that there was going to be a downside guide there. Looks like the trade desk comes through with that one right now to the downside. So a nice little move down in. Oh, where's my guy, the professor? Because it's plug power time, baby. We didn't even know that they reported. Okay, good. So the one thing I got to say about my guy, Professor, he was long this name right up here into a break higher, talked about hydrogen, why he liked plug power, but then got out when it failed. So good move on that one, because now, if he was like me, he'd probably still be holding this down to $5. Plug power missing, it looks like. Let's just see what Benzinga and what they came out with here. Miss. Minus 47 versus minus 30, not good. Also a miss on sales. Plug power, pretty disgusting to the downside right there. So we've got them all, man. We've got Wynn, we've got Plug, we've got the trade desk. So far, not so good. None of these names going to the high side right now. Wynn was flattish and still is. And then the trade desk got absolutely, what? I don't know if there's any more news on the trade desk, but this name is crushed. It's all the way down here. This little mark is where we're at right now, $57, putting us back into May and acting like the summer did not matter. This little bump up, remember, they were being included, I believe, I don't know if it was the NASDAQ 100 or the S&P 500, probably NASDAQ 100, but trade desk not feeling good about advertising, I'm guessing right now, as that's a nice move to the downside. Okay, so what did we talk about yesterday? I talked about USO, and I really liked USO, and let me call this up to a daily chart right here. I thought USO was going to bounce off this level, and it did exactly that. We got 69 bucks up to 72, then the fade happened late for USO, but still bouncing around the 50-period moving average. Oil nicely done into play. The exciting sector for me was healthcare. Where are we with that one? Not IWM, XHB, XLK, XLF. Where's health in here? IBB, that's good enough. Okay, so IBB, the BioShare technology sector. This is an interesting one. What is it? It's XL, not V, RT. I'll figure it out. It's not, it must not be on here. What I'm looking for, the health sector, the reason why, it's because today, stocks like Eli Lilly downside, stocks like Novo Nordisk downside, stocks like Sanofi downside. And the reason why is United Health dropped. They announced that 8 insulin products, including those with Eli Lilly, with Novo Nordisk, downside as well, down 1.6, not as bad. Sanofi, I guess it was probably Eli Lilly the worst. So again, that their insulin drug will be transitioned into tier 1 status, which means that most of out-of-pocket now insulin providers will be at $35 or less per month. That is a huge win, of course, for consumers, not great for the companies as they're losing 30%. Sorry, currently right now, 70% pay more than $35. This will result in 98% of the customers paying less than that. So that's going to hurt the margins on those products. But Eli Lilly says, hold my beer anyways, because the GLP-1 is what it's all about with this company. But Eli Lilly, good spot right there. $35 less per month. It sounds like it's going to be a win for the consumer. Just a big shout out to everybody that's here right now. We have over, let me check how many people are watching. 2,500 watching, 130 likes. We had over 600 likes yesterday. I want to say thank you to everybody. But let's go, hit the like one more time. Tell YouTube you're now rocking with the best. Traders stay late, and now you're late with me. So thank you so much for that one. SPRU says, Super SPAC Man, record revenue. We could check them out, and we'll do that exactly that. SPRU, where is it going on the daily? Of course, Bruce Power. Let me just double check here on a 1-minute chart. Not doing anything at all. So I don't know if there was something that hit today or not. Quickly checking back on the trade desk. 56, man, this name's getting annihilated. I would say look for $50 to hold, unfortunately, on that one. Wow, what a big move down. 28% today for the trade desk. All right, triple Qs. 9 straight days. Not today. It all comes to an end. There we go, man. 9 straight days of the upside here. We can go over to a daily chart. But the thing is that I just want to go in and look at what happened today. Let's go to a 5-minute chart real quick. So the triple Qs really started off pretty nicely. Had a nice bounce down into the 200 period. Then makes that move back to positive land, of course. And then what we talked about was the bond issuance came out, hit the market. Then Powell took the stage, talked about, actually, he mentioned that more tightening is possible, that he wasn't exactly happy with all of the moves that had happened so far. I'm not going to paraphrase him. We'll read the report there. I was live on the air trading this. We saw a pretty dramatic move down in Apple, in Microsoft. We saw a big move down in Tesla, closing at 207. We'll talk about that with the trade of the day as well. But the NASDAQ today, downside, and pretty dramatically, more than the SPY. Well, actually, them and the Spider is pretty equal. So the Qs and the SPY, nice downside move today. The only name holding up, and hey, for those of you that have been in gold, look at gold. Yeah, it's a nice downside move in the day, that's for sure. But gold still above the 200. So those of you that have taken Michael Noss's advice, and then have not advice, but looked at the cup and handle pattern that's been over 20 years right now, going 10 years, going back to 2012. So that was a big move as well. If you're running for safety, we've seen a big move up in Bitcoin. I feel like the bounty guy right here. I need one of those axes, chop that down, get your paper towels on sale. But no, gee, I think this was like a good fall shirt, right, Fabian? It's great. Thank you, Fabian. Okay, but anyways, gold, nice move back up recently up to 186, now just fading out, but a nice move up today, 0.4%. I never hear from my banker. I got a note today. He's like, yeah, GIC's around 6%. You want any? Nah, I'll pass on that for now. I still feel like equities will bottom, and then we can start to buy very, very soon. That dip today might have been a Bible dip for sure. You know which name kept going up, and we'll talk about this because it is, again, you see here the SMH. I mean, multiple banger for the SMH. We sat here and talked about how important over and over again. Rewind the market recap show to SMH 140. We talked about it over and over that it had to hold, AMD came in like Superman and saved the day. So that was a big one, man. That hold of AMD and 140 on SMH definitely gave some buying opportunities. And like I said, the more and more we sit here on this panel, on this show, sitting on this desk, we realize how important some of these 200 period moving averages are on ETFs that we like. Another one that I liked was XLU, the utilities, right? Huge move down, but look at this on the 200 period. Signaled this move. If we ever get back to it, possibly a fade back up there near 65. And look what it matches with. September highs as well. The XLU, nice move off the bottom, but now a fade back over the last little while. TLT as well. Nice move off this bottom, back into the 50 period as 20-year treasuries makes a move up, now trying to retrace back down in. We have JC Peretz coming from All-Star Charts. You guys know who that is? That's a big guess. He's coming a week from today. JC Peretz coming on this show, confirmed today. That's going to be a big one. It's been on the compound All-Star Charts coming through there. It's going to be a big day for that. Does anybody know that? Put some ones up in the chat if you like that coming through right now. Unity, is Unity out right now? Shout out to everybody that's there in the chat. I'm going to go check out, Neil goes, Unity. So let's go find out we know where that's from Chappelle. What is up with Unity right now? We will find the number out here. 1 minute here. Yeah, okay, people know JC. That's good. Okay. All right. Unity not a hot pile of garbage like someone said there in the chat that I saw. Where's the Unity number? So I don't have it on here yet from Benzinga, so I can't really recap it for you, but I will keep it on the side just in case those of you were wondering. It is clearly out. There must be some slowdown on this release, but as soon as I get it, I'll have it for you immediately. But looks like Unity making that move down to 24. Can't really comment on the numbers, but as you can see, maybe you're right, down 6%. Look at this level right here as 24 bucks on the daily. That should hold, and it's doing that right now. Oh, DNUT, they reported the other day. Let's go check out what's going on with Krispy Kreme. Nice move downside on Krispy Kreme, upside. Anyways, nobody cares about that. All right, what is the trade desk still doing as well? Yuck, still going downside. Watch out for the trade desk there. That 200 period's at 70. We crushed that. Now you're getting back into 50. I think a possible buy. The casino name that I own, Wynn. What? Not good there for Wynn. Never nice when you look at that and see what's going on with Wynn right now. Yeah, slap a big old fail on that one. WYNN right now. Oh, I do have to talk about what's going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, a couple. That's a LI reports? No, that is the wrong board over there. On my screen, if you want to go over there. This has nothing to do with anything that we're talking about right now. It's the 4th tab up on the right. Just hit save. That's my bad. I thought we did save that. But for right now, we're going to adjust that. So why is Wynn so bad? There must be something about the guide for Wynn. So do you see it there on 4th or 5th one over there? Just hits the save button. There it is. We're on the sector recap right now. So there's Wynn and Unity. So not seeing that much there. Sorry about the confusion coming through. Still waiting on Unity. I'm just going to type in symbol U here and see if something shows up. No, nothing. So we're still waiting on that report again, and I apologize. Should have it, but don't. All right, so that's that. Oh, one thing I wanted to talk about that I tweeted out today. All right, check this out. This is from Bespoke. So it's relative strength for technology, which we obviously identified that, has trended sideways for months, but made a new high versus S&P this week. Relative strength for industrials, materials made new low. Note the large drop for energy as well. So here we go. I just wanted to talk about this real quick. Maybe if I F11 it, it will look a little bit better. Yeah, you can get me off. All right, so this is what we're talking about here. This is relative strength versus the S&P 500 the past year. So as we talk about sectors right now, I know we just did earnings, but we can actually go to previous topic quickly. There it is, sector recap. So this is the biggest winner here. So that's the zeros line against the S&P 500. So you have consumer discretionary up 5% right now. There's communication services up 20. Energy real bad to the downside there. Technology really ripping now. Technology zeros up 25% right now. Energy, there's the zero mark. So you're at minus. That's a minus, right? The red is a minus 20 to 25% for energy versus the past year versus the S&P 500. So that's bad. Consumer discretionary up. Consumer staples downside as well in the past year. Healthcare down that 15%. Relative strength, remember, against the S&P 500. Real estate, we know that's been down thanks to rework and some of the REITs as well as earnings and rates continue to hit that. Materials down right now. Utilities down. financials down, only green sector against it. We have technology, which is the Mag 7, really lifting everybody upside right there. It's just an amazing stat to talk about that because we do only have consumer discretionary and technology up relative strength against the S&P 500. So again, pretty interesting there as we see some stuff from Bespoke. There was one more thing that I tweeted out earlier today, and that was pretty funny. We always talk about this. If Bitcoin breaks 38,000, this is basically what's going to happen. We saw a move come back. It's nothing. It's just funny. I thought it was anyways. There's so much noise when it comes not just to crypto, but to every single stock and every single person's charts. Like I said, we're going to have JC Parrott's from All-Star Charts coming through next week. I like to keep it very, very simple. Moving averages and VWAP. So I just thought that was pretty funny because no matter what somebody says, somebody else is always going to say something else against you as well. Let's check out the Fed rate tool as well right now. This is something that I like to look at, especially on this show. So based on what Powell said today, you still have 85% chance that in December. Oh, what I want to talk about too is get your questions right now, immediately, now. If Bear versus Bulls is going to message me, I'm going to take about 3 or 4 questions just after all of this. So we're getting close, running down to time. Q&A. Yeah, hit the subscribe, says Neil, that's for sure. Then we'll take some water as well. We get a second for people to hit the subscribe button. We'll take some Q&As. We don't have a guest on today. It's normally Daniel Shea's spot. I'm working on someone else for Options Thursday. And again, JC next week on Thursday. That's going to be great, man. A great following that he has and great individual and super smart guy. January, 75%. So, okay. March, again, still 66%, only 20% for a hike, right? So there's no number that is telling us anything except for this way as you get later on in the year, which means cuts. So again, just back to December. This number could change. We're going to get some more data. Again, the Fed's supposed to be data dependent, and they have been, I think. So we're going to wait to see. Still 86% chance that we do not cut, but there is, or that we remain stable, but there is a small little chance that we raise. So we'll see about that, and I just want to talk about that again. I think it's important that we do that pretty much every single day. Okay, just real quick. We'll go over to the trade of the day. So let's go next topic, because we are running out of time. Wow. Tesla today was on the sticky note. This is not the sticky note, but we like the sticky note long for Tesla. Now, why did we like the long? There was a downgrade by HSBC today, and I was like, if we get to the 215 area, that would be something that I would like. So let's go over to the screen quickly for Tesla. I'm going to call up Wynn, still having a problem. TSLA, why did we like 215? Well, this mark right here, this gravestone, that's about 214, 215, 216. So we came back into here back in August before we lifted off, right? So a nice little drop back into 200 there on earnings. We see a nice move back in, holds 200, now move back up. Okay, so as you can see right here, you do have the 200 period at 220. So now let's go to see where we open the day here on Tesla. Let's do a 3-minute chart. All right, so we open the day at 220. So right away, we're at a spot of concern for Tesla, right? So I'm thinking, and I wrote down on the sticky note 216, 215. So look what happens. We don't have a trade on Tesla, so that's just a clean chart. I'm going to show you mine now. So here's what we did. So here's the fall in on Tesla. Maybe I can zoom in because this chart actually doesn't look too bad considering all these wicks. So here's the first fall in. Now we left Tesla alone until 945. Good idea. For sure. It came into 216 and we were very, very patient. Not really because we have a 216.50 fill there, but it comes in, then look at this. Taking profit, 217.50, 217s. Good profit take, but then a big time movement to the downside. And now we're into 215, so we take 215.50. Now remember, our target to get out, 215 break, all right? Taking profit again, that's 215.50, that fills 216.50. That's a dollar club, baby. We're down with that. We're up on Tesla and we're loving life. We're like, yes, the sticky note is cash money again. Not only that, we're short AMD right now. We're printing. We're feeling really good about ourselves. We're at our highest spot. We're like, yes, we were very, very patient. But then all of a sudden, Tesla just kept on going. And there's our out. And at that point, we're like, why is this falling down? Well, we have the downgrade. Biden came out and supported unions for Tesla, but whatever. We'll see if that happens. I don't know what the move was. Adair told me that there was a recall, a small little recall as well on Tesla, but I don't know. I didn't hear too much about it. But this is where the tweet goes out by me, and we switched it up, man. We talked about this. The tweet goes out. I'm not going to be able to find it, but we did. I'll look for it right now live in front of everybody. We talked about switching it up on Tesla, so it's probably back down into here. There it was. We switched it up to the short, and we just talked about having the ability to exactly do that, right? Here it is right here. So we found it. We talked about this at what time it was? 11:30, right? Switch up your longs to your shorts, be able to flip it up. That's what we did right there, and that's what we're talking about, and that's what really gave us this big winner at the end of the day. Be flexible with your trades. Do not get stuck in a bias. This is my advice for you on the trade of the day. So there it is. We waited for a pop. We didn't go short at the bottom. If we got to go to the screen here, Fabian, we waited for that fade up there. So that's what we got. Look at these shorts, man. 215.50, 216, all the way back down. That's a cover of 213. That's a cover of 214. And then that's when the party starts, because we don't have another cover until $6 later at 210. We took the cover on the 50-period moving average. Then the bond auction happened and it started to tank down in. Then we took some more shorts, more covers. That, like, look at that, 207. Come on, let's give some love for the, hit the like for these calls right there. Another reload short at 210, out at 208, out at 207. Then that was a mistake. We left. See, we wanted to go short again right there, by the way, which would have worked for another $1, but that was a mistake because it was at the end of the day, so we got in and out there real quick. It's Tesla, it's a banger, and it's your banger talk of the day for a Trader Talk. All right, now, let's do something fun. First of all, quickly before we go over, because we don't have too much time left. Takes another drink. Quickly, the trade desk, what's going on? Let's just check on some of these big earnings plays. The trade desk getting destroyed down to 54.20, bad. Wynn, bad, $85, not good. The other name that people wanted to look at today was Plug Power. That was getting destroyed. Okay, now down 10%, not so bad. And what was there? Was there another name? Unity, of course. Unity, of course. Yuck. Unity down 12% as they keep on going. Okay, it is now time for Q&A. Maybe we could get a Q&A banner. I know you guys are super busy, so but I really like doing Q&A, so we'll be able to do that right now. So let's do it. Let's go to Q&A. I want to give a big shout out to Bears vs. Bulls. Thank you so much for drawing those. Meta's down $4 after market, says Daryl. Wow, okay. Good call on that one. Why is that? Look, I'm pretty close to, like, I mean, I wish I was here tomorrow. Honestly, I'm not here tomorrow. There's not even news about this, about Meta. So I am really flipping over. Check out CGC. I just bought some more weed stocks the other day. It's doing nothing. It's flat here. No, it's not down 10. It's down 10 today. It's down 8% today. So Fabian just getting in my ear about checking out CGC. Now I've lost my train of thought, which is okay. Oh yeah, not being here tomorrow. I really think we got to flip short, guys. Just be careful now. NASDAQ's been up. I sold some positions yesterday. I even sold some NVIDIA yesterday. Pie in face. We sold some Eli Lilly yesterday. That's good. We sold a couple other names. But again, I just wonder about where we are on this market. It's been such a nice run up. Watch out for some profit spots. Okay, let's go. We can't just keep on teasing Q&A, because if I don't get to them, then I will not be able to do anything today, because sometimes I take a little bit long time. Okay, so here we go. First question, Trader Forever. I'm going to put in the chat right now. Now, this is from Bears vs. Bulls. Does Sean, that's I, ever follow the strategies of people he interviews on Trader Talk, like Brian Shannon's VWAP? And if not, how come? Do I follow VWAP? I want to say to Brian Shannon, I might have been using VWAP before you, my friend. But no, he's the one with this book right here. You guys know, come on, man. What kind of a question is that, Trader Forever? I only have a few things. Come over to my screen right now. I only have a few things marked down, man. I actually tweeted today at Brian Shannon about VWAP. And where was that? It was on my Microsoft trade somewhere right here. I was like, yo, Brian. Oh, maybe it was right here. Yeah, it was right here. Here's my trade, guys, today on Disney. There's the VWAP retracement down in. Now, to show some love to Brian right now, someone please cut this and send it to him. No, there it is. So he taught me, if you ever miss, if something gaps like Disney does today, then let it, he said, When there's a gap, wait for VWAP. So that's something that's in my mind. And again, we played it basically perfectly right here. Here's the Disney gap up. If I don't want to take anything right off the open on earnings, so that's not me. But there's the pullback into VWAP, and there's the gap and go. We gave us $1 on that one. Great question, Trader Forever. But as far as like the Brecher ledge and stuff like that, I mean, look, I'm who I am. I've been doing this for 22 years. Quite frankly, I feel like the strategies that I have are good, but to say that you ignore strategies of other people, whether or not it be Neil, whether or not it be Sharif or anybody, or some of the guests that we've had on our show, that's a foolish thing. So no, I do follow them. That's a good example from Brian Shannon. The Brecher ledge is something that we call already kind of like a flat bottom break. So there's those strategies. And Danielle Shea with options. I mean, I don't trade options, but I would follow her 100% of the time. So thank you for that one. I mean, again, do your own research. I don't think you want to fall off a cliff and blame someone else, but that's up to you guys as well. All right, Pranana right now, a member for 6 months. I have not pre-read these questions, so this is up to you. Bears versus Bulls, so if there's anything bad on here, no, just joking. I know he's vetted these questions, so let's go. All right. This is a good one, though. Trade the market. Did you ever feel like you're gambling while trading? I will address that. But first of all, Prana, member for 6 months. Sean, any thoughts on how to play earnings after they're out post-market? So, again, my thought about that is, I want to thank Prana for that. Let's just go example to Unity or anything today. For me, it's just you get those early sort of looks. I would say let them settle down, try to read the report, and then honestly zoom out and try to find some key levels on the daily. Like we've already broken below here, so you're already down to 22 bucks on Unity. I would say anything back up to like 24 in some of these ledges that have broken back in, those would be possible areas to wait for a bounce back and then a re-short. The main problem for me on this, and we have a live level 2 right now, so let's talk about Unity right here. And that is that look at all the size on the offer and no size on the bid. Unless you have access to this kind of information on a retail standpoint, I'm prop trading and have access to all of these levels. Look, even now that we've called this up, look at the size pushing this thing down. You don't get to see this, but I do, right? So you're fighting others. We just talked about Unity right here on that size when it was at 22.20. It's now just dropped 30 cents down. And now look, now we're even more pressure at 22 bucks. So I feel like unless you have access to all the information, it's a very, very dangerous game, which is why I tend not to ever like trading post-market levels until the next day. But again, a very, very great question. A question from my guy, Brian Flores right now. So let's put this, and again, a big thank you to Bears vs. Bulls for doing all this. People, hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. When else are you going to get access like this? Direct access. I want to thank Bears vs. Bulls and everybody for watching. So hit the like as SQ Pilot did already there. Okay, so Brian Flores, here he is right here. What was your best out on AMC today? Why? And what do you guess your average out was? Okay, well, I'm not going to guess it. I'm just going to do it live with you guys right now. AMC, again, another great name until they dropped that on us, right? The share offering came through on AMC. I really liked the $10 level. Fortunately for me, I didn't have any bids there. So we didn't have to worry about getting railroaded on that fill, right? So here's the move back in. Now, when this happened immediately, we sort of did quick math. It was $350 million worth of an offer. That should have dropped the stock on a 1.3 billion market cap. That should have affected it about 17%. So there's the move down. We took the first fill there at 860, very, very small amount of shares. Why? Because we didn't have a bottom yet. Didn't have any idea. So we dropped out half of it when it broke through 25s. Take a 50 long, get out when it breaks through 25, play the quarters. I do that every single time. Then it comes back in right here. I feel like we found a bottom right there at 20s. So I bought 20s. We went up, came back in, we bought 20s. Then we're just like pure hero levels. Let's wait for $8. $8, oh, as if it's already 10 seconds. See, this is the problem with the Q&A, guys. He's gonna ring the bell on me in a second. But there it is. We bought 8, then we got back out upside. The market's still not open yet, man. It's only 9:20 right now. There it is. So I'm still gonna answer 2 more questions, okay? There it is. Nice downside move. Then came back into $8 off open. Boom. Then it was like, let's go, because then we got to the upside right there. More outs right where we sort of danced around again. 850, 860, 890. This is my best out right there. 9 flat. We just just sat at 9 and took it. And why was that? Just because it was $9, honestly. Looking at where this 200 period was, at this point I only had 10% left, so a pretty small position, and it's 10 o'clock, so I'm working other things. Should have definitely understood that that could have been a possible top there. I feel like 928, Brian, was the best trade. And then it popped up to 875, and that's where we got rid of eventually our last 10%. Thank you so much, my friend, for that question. All right. Hold my beer. Hey, look, I said I would ask whatever we put in there. So Bears versus Bulls, hold my beer. Ask why he never says my name. Say my name. That was hold my beer right there. So there you go, another one right there. Okay, coming in. I'm going to read this quickly. The last one here is Dr. Strange. All right, so Dr. Strange, here we go. Last question coming through right now from Dr. Strange. He's been a member for 1 year. I recognize you for sure, my friend. Here's the question right now in the chat. If you really love a trade, yes. What is the max percentage of your buying power? So, all right. We don't talk too much about what our buying powers are, but if you said $2 million, then it would be greater than that. So you guys, I'm not going to, and it's multiples. So I'm not going to discuss putting out, and it's because I'm on a prop floor. This is not like, oh my God, this guy trades with $1 million account, because it's multiples of that. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with what your risk tolerance is on the day. So generally speaking, what I'll try to do is, and I hope I answer this question good for everybody, and I got to get that Thursday night football call out for you guys as well. I have some stats here on my phone as we go, so I'm just going to make sure that they're here so I don't disappoint anybody that's waiting around for that call. But where are we? We're going over here. Perfect. All right. So what I like to do is I'll kind of do like a rolling monthly total. So if I'm averaging $1,000 a day or $5,000 a day or whatever my max drawdown was for that month, I try to figure out a number. And I'll try to put in about, or risk, sorry, about 25%, and I've said this before on the show, about 25% of whatever my maximum daily loss limit is. I haven't been stopped out on this show ever. Okay, so that shows you risk management. And you know, Dr. Strange and everybody else that watches this show, I don't take a trade unless I have an out. So that's where my mind goes. So let's pretend that we're trading Tesla and my stop for the day is going to be $1,000. The minute I lose $1,000, I'm going to go into sim. I guess I would go into sim mode for the show, but you know, we'd go into sim mode or close our account, go to the beach. Okay, so the point is that if my stop was going to be 25% of that $1,000, I would only take enough shares that if my stop, so I mean, we could just try to do this right here. I'll just use Tesla as an example. So if my stop was, oh no, I used something that's not going to load. Okay, so let's just say 210. So if I'm looking at this stock right now, my stop is right here at 210 and current stock's at 209. Well, if my stop is only going to give me $1 to the upside, then how many shares can I use? Where's my calculation thing? Let me think. So I can only lose 25% of, and I'm not doing this because it's easy math. It's easy. Stop switching cameras. Because it's easy math. We get a red light. So if I see it go off, then I know it's on that one. There you go. See how fast that was? So the idea there would be 250 shares. To answer your question, right? So if I'm going to lose $1 on the trade and I'm willing to lose 25% as the maximum on any trade, then it would be 250 shares. So that's where my mind works. And then again, I know that's not the question, but that would be for a maximum amount. So basically stock under VWAP or near VWAP, near a 200 period moving average, and with the momentum in the market. That's what I'm talking about. All right, next topic. Thank you so much for the Q&As. That was really fun. That was another kind of like, you know what? No, it's more like this one. Stock Blitz. I feel like, I don't know, it's not really a stock blitz. All right, quickly here. Now, with Travis Kelce out, with Dallas Goedert out this week because they're on buys, Cole Kmet is actually, and we got to get a graphic for this. Shout out to FanDuel or anybody that's watching FanDuel, you know, or plays with it. We need to have Cole Kmet plus anytime touchdown tonight. It's plus 225. His over receptions is actually, now that I see this, over 3.5 receptions. Cole Kmet, over 3.5 receptions. Let me just, hold on a second. Cole, he's a tight end for your Chicago Bears game log. So I just want to call this up. The guy's been absolutely on fire. So I'm just going to call up ESPN right here. Here he is right now. What a handsome gentleman. He should be dating Taylor Swift. Okay, so over the last couple games, since Justin Fields has been out, look at this. Justin Fields was here for some of these, but seven receptions, 5 receptions, 2 receptions. So you would have lost on your over 3.5 on this day when they only lost 13 points, right? But look at this. 10 targets, 8 targets, 10 receptions, 6 receptions. He likes that new quarterback. I think Cole Kmet is a great play. Over 3.5 receptions, get that, sprinkle a little bit on his anytime touchdown at plus 225. Thanks to Tim for all of those stats as well. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. It's been another banger. Enjoy Thursday Night Football. I'm off tomorrow. Have a great Friday. Enjoy it with Obi, Neil, Sharif, Adara, and Brendan. Ciao.